Wouldn't it be great if therapy was just like an as needed thing? Like you wake up and you're like, you know what? I need some therapy today. I'm going to get some therapy. Because this is my first experience going to therapy over the past few months. And I have to say, I never know what the hell to talk about during a therapy session. You know, I don't know what to talk about. And I'm always a little thrown. And it never lasts an hour. And I just don't know, I guess, what it's doing for me, because I've been doing this for myself for so long. I don't really know how much help it's offering, because today I woke up and I was like, you know, yeah, I could use some therapy today. And I did have therapy earlier this week, and one of the things that she always asks me, which throws me a little bit, is, you know, what do you have going on in the next few weeks? And my response is always nothing. You know, how have things been socially? Non-existent. Like these are my answers. And I'm a little thrown by that, because I don't, you know, that's just always been the way of things. And it occurred to me this morning that that's a problem. That, you know, in a shocking turn of events, I think my disability is disabling me. I've never had a vast social circle, never been one of those people. Always considered myself lucky to even have like a friend. So when I'm asked about how things are going socially, I don't know how to answer that. There is no social, there's nothing. And there's nothing to look forward to. And it occurred to me this morning, after weeks of misery, just being in pain all the time, and nothing even touching it as far as medication or anything goes, that I am really just kind of waiting to die. And I know that sounds really morbid, and it probably sounds like, ooh, you got a touch of the depression, but it's not. It's not depression, because I'm familiar. We're friends, we're old friends. I know what depression feels like. And this is not depression. This is resignation. There really is nothing to look forward to. I spend every ounce of my energy just trying to be okay day to day, just trying to be comfortable in this body that makes me miserable and literally disgusts me most of the time. So much energy goes into just being okay so that I can function and do the things that, as a human, I am supposed to do. You know, work, clean things, take care of things. And it's just kind of like, you know, I trudge through every day trying to be okay enough to make it to 5 o'clock so that I can go home and eat some dinner and take a shower and go to bed. And that's every day. And there's no future plans. There's no hope for a future. They asked me that at the end of my autism diagnosis, the last of several hours and hours worth of appointments. You know, what is your 5-year plan? And I was like, I don't know, be alive. And the thing is, I think I've been in, and I know now that I've been in burnout for probably 3 or more years. Since I took care of my mother when she was dying of cancer, and then she passed, and then my grandma passed, and it was just a lot of trauma. And, you know, I checked out for a good hot minute. I just totally checked out and disassociated. And I'm coming back from that part of the burnout, but I did see something by another creator, Dr. Joe, I think, where she said, you know, we don't really actually recover from burnout. And I was like, oh. Because recovery means you kind of go back to what you were beforehand. And with autistic burnout, you can't really go back to that, because you realize that was not a healthy normal either, that you were overperforming and you were doing too much, and that's what caused the burnout. You know, you exceeded capacity. And I realized that there's no going back to that girl that had boundless energy and went to the gym every day and was excited about things, and, you know, had a plan and wanted to do stuff and wanted, you know, had a goal for life. And all of that is just, it's gone. And I don't know where to go to find a new one. A new goal, a new thing, a new something to be excited about. It's hard to be excited when everything hurts and you're miserable in your own skin and you're just putting so much effort and energy to survival. You know, I mean, I know, and I'm doing all the things. I'm taking medication. I'm getting therapy. I do yoga. I know all of the somatic release techniques. I'm doing all of these. I journal. All the things. Check. Down the list. Still just feels like I am just kind of waiting to die, though. And that honestly doesn't seem like much of a life. And I'm not the only person that feels like this, and I guess maybe that's why I'm making a video about it, because I really do try to be so positive and only give, good advice and positive information, because I know the world is shit. The world is shit, and nobody needs to be reminded of it, and nobody needs to hear somebody else whining about their problems. Wah. I get it. And I also know that's a trauma response, because I don't want to burden other people with my problems. I just want to be the happy girl that makes everybody else happy. I get that too. But I don't know where to go from here. And that's a very honest assessment, I think. And not typically something I would disclose, because I'm supposed to know everything. Especially if I want to have a teaching account where I teach other people how to live a fulfilled life. Yet I cannot figure out how to do such a crazy thing myself. Anyway, this ended up being a very long ranting video / therapy session. So I apologize, and I appreciate it if you listened. Thank you. And maybe if you can relate and you have that existential crisis burnout thing going on too, let me know. I'm sure it'll get better. I'm sure it will. And I tell myself that, it'll get better. There'll be some change. There'll be some shift. And there's been a lot of shifts up to this point that maybe I don't give myself enough credit for. But right now, that feeling of why are we doing this still is kind of prevalent. So thank you for listening to my ramblings today, and I appreciate you. I love you. I'll be back with more positive happy shit when I'm there, but right now I'm just kind of being comfortable in my discomfort, I guess. So, thanks. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being my therapy buddy today. Love you, bye.